So the project we've got going on here today is that on these F-150 pickups in the front wheel well, look at that gaping hole. I mean, I'm standing outside the truck, obviously. There's the engine. You can see the coil packs. You can see the exhaust manifold. If I bend down a little bit, you can even see the intake manifold on the top of the engine from outside the truck. I mean, this is just crazy. Because everything that comes off the tires, mud, salt in the wintertime, rainwater obviously, gravel, sand, whatever comes off the tires is going to go right through this gaping hole and right onto your engine, which obviously means that the engine bay is going to be filthy all the time, and that's rather annoying. I've already cleaned this thing up once this summer, had it looking brand new inside. Look at that, look how dirty it is up in there again already. I don't know what Ford was I do know what Ford was thinking. Hey, we can save $1 per truck if we don't cover this area up like Chevy does. You know, the other brands of trucks seem to do a pretty good job of keeping that covered up. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to make our own. So I went on to eBay, and there was a vendor on there that had this nice roll of rubber. See if you can see what this stuff looks like here. We got a nice little, well, I'll have to open it up and show you. It's kind of a tread plate pattern on this one. Camera's not going to focus very well, but you can see the thickness on this stuff. It's 11 inches wide, this roll is, and it's about 12 feet long. So I've got plenty here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a length of this. I'm going to trim it a little bit to match the shape of the wheel well liner. Then I'm going to drill some holes, put some pop rivets in there, and just kind of make a splash guard, if you will, to keep the engine bay cleaner. Hopefully that will extend the life of the exhaust manifolds too. So I'm going to get started on this, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm in there working on it. Okay, so I got the wheel off. This way I've got a little bit more room to work up in here. Obviously you always want to put a jack stand under the A-arm, and I like to keep the jack under the A-arm also. Just gives you a backup plan in case something fails. Safety first, right guys? Anyway, so now I've got some room to work in here. I'm going to take some measurements and cut me off a piece of this rubber sheet, which by the way I have opened up now so you can see what it looks like a little bit better. Now obviously you can get this stuff without this tread plate pattern on it. You can just buy a flat sheet of rubber if you wanted to. But I saw this and I thought this pattern might look kind of cool under there, so we're going to try it and see. Here's what the back looks like. I don't remember exactly what the thickness was on this, but I want to say 3/10 of an inch is what it was listed at. So you don't want to get it too thick, because then it'll be too rigid and it won't be able to comply and conform to the shapes you're trying to do. But you don't want to get it too thin either, because you know, you want something that's going to hold up to the elements under there. So this is what we're going to use, and I'm going to cut a length here, and then we're just going to have to kind of eyeball it and trim up a little bit. Okay, so at this point I took my little cutter tool there and kind of trimmed off some edges. Let's see how it fits. If I hold it up in there, you can see how it, I mean, you could spend some more time on this if you wanted to. I'll probably trim it up just a little bit more, but basically you just want to kind of get it to conform to the molding of the wheel well liner in there. But as you can see, if I can get my hand out of the way, once I do some more trimming, that's going to cover that hole up really nicely. It's going to look really good, I think, in there. Just a little bit more. See if I can zoom out here a little bit. I guess not. So here's the finished product, guys. Again, you could spend some more time on this if you wanted to and make it look a little bit neater, but this will be just fine for me. Most people aren't going to see it anyway, but you know, like I said, I just got some of this sheeting from eBay. I spent about $30 on that rubber sheeting, and just trimmed it up a little bit, kind of trimmed up some notches around the A-arms there. I already had these plastic push pins. I had those in my camera won't focus, sorry about that, but I had those in the toolbox already, so I just drilled some holes. You have to be careful when you drill those, because you don't want to drill into a wire in the engine compartment. So I had to check and make sure there was no wires back there before I drilled my holes. And then I just used those plastic push pins and that covers up that hole nicely. So now you can stand out here and you can't see up inside the engine compartment. Now this isn't going to be a perfect fix, but at least it will keep a lot of the road grime and dirt, water, mud, slush, salt, sand, all that stuff that comes flying off your tires. It'll keep a lot of that from getting up in the engine compartment. So $30 plus some stuff that I already had in the toolbox, and this is going to be a nice little mod. I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I think this took me about 30 minutes to do this side. The driver's side should be about the same. So just wanted to show you guys this. If you got an F150 pickup, this one's a 13 model. I'm sure that most of them are probably the same. And you want to make something like this, just find you some rubber mat or sheeting of some sort, maybe an old conveyor belt or something, and you can make something similar to this. You can make yours look neater than mine, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time or money to do it. Just a nice little Saturday morning project. Thanks for watching.